Wow. Here we are. Week 4 of the Hidden Pearls podcast. I'm George Kittle with my co-host and sister in the future in Japan, Emma Kittle Ponce.
Hey.
And we're going again without Bruce. Bruce is at a Pearl Jam concert. So he is rocking and rolling, having a great time, probably drinking some tequila, enjoying himself with our wonderful mother, Jan. It is still her birthday month, so whatever she wants, she gets to do. Besides that, we're excited to have you guys here. Little bit,
So excited.
little bit of football, a little bit of siblings, a little bit of fun. So, welcome to the Hidden Pearls podcast. Let's go into it.
Let's
Emma,
get it.
how are you doing today?
You want to know about the future, buddy?
Tell me about Saturday.
Well, Saturday's a really exciting day. Saturday is going to be fantastic for you. I can just
It's Friday
foresee
for me
it.
right now. It's
That's what I'm
wild.
saying. Saturday is going to be amazing. I'm actually getting right off of this and going to a baseball game. Cody's team's playing in Sendai. We have a home game at Miyagi Park, and I'm really excited about it. Cody is coming out of the bullpen today. So that'll be really fun. Our first year together, I saw him do a little bit of relieving. But when he was with the Pirates, he was a reliever for 2 years before we came to Japan. So I'll be really excited to see it. He's like all fired up. He's got a new walkout song. The man's ready to go.
What's his walkout song?
It's a remix of, like the introduction to The Purge, that creepy movie.
I never
It's like
watched them because I'm terrified
I
of
never
scary
watched
movies.
it either. I know. That's what Cody said. He's like, haven't you seen this? I was like, yeah, I
Not
never
really.
watched it. But it's I didn't like it at first, but it grew on me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'll share a
sure it
little
did.
clip when we get there. But it's cool because it's kind of like a siren. So in a way, it reminds me of like Lil
I
Wayne
know it.
Fireman, but like less peppy, more death.
Oh, they should do Lil Wayne. He should just do that.
That's what it used to be. That's what I thought he was doing. And then he
Oh,
didn't. I know. So we're going straight to baseball. The other exciting thing about the game is, well, there's two other things. One of Cody's teammates, his name's Tanaka. I can't remember what his first name is. It's like Masa
okay.
Tanaka, something. It's Japanese. Anyway, it's a longer name. But either way, Tanaka. So Tanaka is actually pretty like super famous in Japan because he played in the States for a long time. And he recently came back over as kind of like a last hurrah. I think he's like 36 or something. So this is going to be his first game starting. And Tanaka is like Japanese legend. So
That's
it's going to be a
cool.
really fun game.
A lot of people are
A
going to be there.
lot of people are going to be there. It's a Saturday here. Japanese people love day games.
That's
We love day
hilarious.
games. Yeah. So that'll be fun. And then the other great thing is we're only one game behind as a playoff contender. So it's us and the Chiba Lotte Marines right now,
Ooh.
kind of dueling it out for third place. And if you get third place in your conference, then you get to go to playoffs. So there's a
Oh,
lot going
wow.
on today.
How many games are left? Any idea?
We have October 7th is the last. There's some makeup games. And so October 7th is the last regular season game, including the makeup games. And then it's kind of this like last stretch. So
Yeah.
what's today? So there's like 6 or 7, there's about 8. What is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 games. And so if one
Wow.
team like really pulls ahead, then the other drops out. But
Awesome.
I know.
We're in the running. I like
We're in the
that.
running. I know I'm wearing one of Cody's Tohoku
Cool colors.
black and gold jerseys. Yeah, so Tohoku is our state. It goes like Miyagi and then Tohoku and then Sendai. So I think it's like state, county, city.
You're trying your best. Region. For
Yeah,
sure.
we're driving. But either way, it's been a really fun season. So it's fun to like get down and like have there be a playoff contention because the Japanese baseball fans are pretty electric.
Yes, that they are. They love baseball. That's pretty sick. Well, I'm happy for you. I'm excited that it's game day. That's kind of fun. I have a game day coming up as well.
I know.
I know, right? We got the New England Patriots
Tell us
coming
all
to
about it, bro.
Santa Clara. Yeah, sure. You know what? Before we talk about what's coming. We can talk about what has happened. Um, let's see. Last week we played at the Rams. I did not get to play. Um, Niners did not pull out the victory, which was not fun.
Tough.
I have watched a couple games on TV throughout my career, and it's not fun at all. The only like kind of fun stuff about it is being able to see all the cool replays and highlights, and like kind of seeing like the close up shots. It's actually really interesting too to see like what like fans are watching every single weekend when like they watch these like and how different it is than like being on the sideline and being engaged in the game. It's like two completely different experiences.
Yeah.
Obviously, but like when you're on the sideline, even when you're not playing, like you're not thinking about all like the little cut ups and like the little images that they're showing on TV. You're just focused on, the game and the guys are on the sideline. So that was a little bit of a, weird thing for me to watch. But I thought the guys we played well. We played hard. Fourth quarter was tough. A couple things happened. Fake punt, they get a first down, kind of crushes some of our momentum. And then at the end of the game, they just played better football than we did, and they were able to take that win. And just is a very um, sobering reminder of how difficult it is to win in the NFL. And no matter who you're playing, and you could think that this is going to be an easy game, and sometimes you're like, sometimes there are. Sometimes you make a game look really easy and you win by 30 points. And sometimes the easy games are the hardest ones. I wouldn't say it's a trap game. I don't think we've ever fallen for a trap game. I think it's just we didn't execute at the moments that we needed to execute, which is unfortunate. But it gives you something to watch on film and something to get better from. So that's that. Losing always sucks, especially to a division opponent. But we got to play them again later in the year, so we'll see them later. Besides that, let's see. We play the Patriots this week. Moving
Wait, I have
on.
more questions. Pause. I have questions. Who's your favorite broadcaster? Who called the game this week? I wook up like end of fourth quarter, and
It
it's
was
different in Japan. The
it was
broadcast network is different.
no shit. It was Mark Sanchez and someone else is who did it.
Who's your favorite guy to watch?
Well, I don't really watch much, but I would say because I'm usually playing. But I would
Yeah, but not your
say
games. I'm just saying like NFL games in general.
Uh, my favorite is Greg Olson because he is the godfather of tight end U, and or we can call him the grandfather of tight end U. And so I think he does a great job of breaking down the game. He makes like really cool analysis about plays and formations and why teams are doing the things that they're doing. But he breaks them down. He makes them make sense to people that aren't in a football meeting room all the time and maybe haven't been involved with football for 20 plus years. So I think he does a really good job of that, and he also is just fun to listen to. My other favorite, I'm a huge Joe Buck fan, just from listening to him when he was calling World Series games and baseball. And I think one of my like big games early in my career was the Thursday night game versus the Raiders, where Nick Mullins stole the show. But he called like I had a one-handed catch and ran for like 60 yards, and he was on the call for that. And that was like one of my first really big plays in a primetime game. And so hearing Joe Buck like say my name was a really cool experience for me. And I've also gotten to meet Joe Buck, and he's a super nice guy. And him and his wife Michelle are fantastic people. And so it's kind of fun to get to know people outside of the business. So yeah, Greg and Joe are two of my favorites.
What snacks did you eat?
Ooh, snacks. I had My guilty pleasure for tailgating is like little smokies, the little hot dogs, and the like croissants. Those things, those are so tasty.
They're good.
We had those. We had like a nice bean dip. We had some tacos. We had grilled wings, steak sliders. It was very, very tasty day. It was tasty.
Tasty days.
I enjoyed it. I was
Yeah,
sad. I was sad, but the food helped.
that's good. Were you
Yeah.
sweating like you thought you would?
Yeah, I know. Full sweat. I was walking around, pacing, cursing at the floor, cursing at
Mm,
the TV,
mm.
the whole thing. I felt like a fan, but I knew everything. And I was following along on the playbook too, which was kind of cool. But I don't like doing that. It's not fun for me.
Fantastic. Let's talk about the Patriots.
And we're moving on
And
to the
we're looking
future.
ahead.
We're looking ahead. Okay, let's see. The New England Patriots. The Patriots come in at 1-2, right? Yeah, they come in at 1-2. They went into Cincinnati their first week, beat the Bengals, shocked the world, and then they had the Seattle Seahawks at home, which was super interesting because they went to overtime with Seattle, and Seattle ended up getting the win there. And then we just saw them play on Thursday Night Football last week, and the New York Jets kind of took it to them. And so I don't think very many people were high on the Patriots going into the season, but when you watch their tape, they are a very well coached football team, and they are priding themselves on being very physical and not messing up. And if you watch their first two games, they ran the heck out of the ball. They had like close to 40 runs in both games on their offense. They have two really talented running backs who are physical and very fast, hard to tackle. And their quarterback is Jacoby Brissett, who has been on a lot of teams, but he's still in the league because he is a good quarterback. He's a big body guy that's hard to bring down. And he makes good decisions because what the Patriots want to do on offense is run the heck out of the football and then pick you apart in the passing game a little bit. But they don't want to go out there and throw 40 times a game. They want to control the clock, run the ball, and it pairs really well with their defense because their defense is still kind of like the Patriots that you saw years ago with Bill Belichick. I mean, technically last year, right, with Bill Belichick, but like it still looks pretty similar. They do a lot of like weird stuff. They try to um, their number one thing that they try to do on the defensive line is try to eliminate like double teams by the offense. So they do a good job about like attacking single blockers and because they think that they're good enough that if they can avoid the double teams, that they can shed the blocks and make tackles for not a lot of yards. And then they play with three safeties, which is very interesting, pretty often. But they have three good safeties, and also one of their corners. He's in his second year. He got hurt last year, missed most of the year, but he's a very talented corner who flies around and plays at a very very high level. So he's good. Um, they have a solid team, and I think like they play like hard nosed Big Ten football is kind of how I would like. I mean, just like on the outside looking in, um, and they just want to control the clock, make you like let you make a mistake, keep you in front of them, don't give up any big plays. Um, and they're good at it too. I mean, if you look at their statistics, I think Coach Shanahan said they finished last year like the number two rush defense in the NFL, and I don't think anybody who's like a casual watcher would ever think that. They'd be like, "Oh, the Patriots, oh, they were terrible." No, they turns out they weren't. They were a very, very stout defense that gave a lot of teams a lot of issues. And so um, we have to play at a very high level and execute. I think is the number one thing we have to do is because they give you so many weird looks that it's hard to target the run game. So like when our center is like, "Hey, we're targeting this guy," and so that tells everyone else who they're blocking. They do a lot of different things to rotate guys, to move guys, and so like after he's targeted it, they'll rotate people and make safeties come in, and so like there'll be guys unaccounted for, and so you have to be very much on it um, to both see that rotation and then to also be ready for it if if he doesn't call it right because it's very tough. Like Jake's in a 3 point stance, he's trying to see stuff, and stuff is rotating late. All of a sudden, his head's through his legs, looking at the quarterback, and like it's a difficult thing. So it'll be a very interesting game on that point. But besides that, I'm really just excited to play football again. I love it. I had a great week of practice. Felt really good. Felt frisky and fun and full of energy. And I like the game plan. I like what we're doing, and so I'm just excited about it. I'm excited to be back out there in front of the faithful and play another home game.
I'm excited about that too. I'm excited about that too. I'm excited that I'm one game closer to coming. Well, thank you for that breakdown, brother. Hammy's good. Everything.
Feeling great.
Love that. Frisky, fun, fiery. Okay, well, Dad sent me a list of questions of fun facts about the Patriots. Guess how many facts are on here?
17.
7, but good guess. I told him not to go too overboard, but I'm gonna list a couple off, and you can tell me how this just to bring BK back into it.
I'm
All
ready.
right, so number one, the 49ers have 15 plays of 20 or more yards, which is the second in the NFL. The
Okay.
Patriots have 3 plays of 20 or more yards, the fewest in the NFL. 49ers have a league high 13 completions of 20 or more yards, while the Patriots have a league low of 2 completions over 20 or more yards. What do these stats tell us about each team, and how will this play out on Sunday?
Ooh, good job, Bruce. I would say that, it's a little tough to look at statistics really early in the season because sometimes teams don't play very good team. Like you can't look at all the statistics and be like, oh, like this is the team for the rest of the year. A lot of stuff can
Yeah.
happen, a lot of things can change. However, if you want me to make an analysis off of those said stats, I would say it says that the Niners offense is looking to make explosive plays. We're trying to take shots down the field. We're giving our players opportunities down there. Um, but also, when you have those plays, that means you can stay on the field longer because you're getting first downs and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. And while theirs doesn't look very appealing or sexy, I think that just means they're not really taking as many deep shots and they're just trying to keep the ball like short and safe and trying just to stay on the field so you're not letting other offenses, be out there all the time. Because if you can control the clock, you're going to control the entire game. Like week one when we played the Jets, we crushed them in the time possession. We were almost at like 40 minutes to their 20.
Yeah.
And is that math right? I think that math's right. And so that's one thing that I think the Patriots are trying to do. So I wouldn't look too much at those stats, but I think they're going to do everything they can to be very gritty and physical. And we need to match that grittiness and be even grittier.
Ooh.
Grr.
I was actually going to say the exact same thing. All right, fun fact number 3. 4.14% of New England's yards have been gained via passing, the lowest rate in the league. 52% of the 49ers' yards have been gained via passing, which is ranking 23rd in the league. How does that make you feel?
Nothing. That makes me feel nothing.
Okay.
Maybe
Fact number
makes
4.
me feel it makes me feel empty inside. Thank you for ruining my day.
Gotcha, buddy. All right. 4. The Patriots have punted on a league high 53.3 of their drives, and they are the only team to punt on over half of their possessions. The
Oh,
49ers have punted on 20.7% of their drives, which is third in the league.
cool.
Hmm.
Cool.
So they're first and we're third.
No idea. Next.
New England averages a league low 2 yards per play on third downs, converting 33% of them, 23rd in the league. And the 49ers have converted on 42% of their third down plays, which is the 10th.
That's not good enough for us. That's all I'll say about that. We need to be a better offense.
Mm. Fun fact number 6. The
Yes.
Patriots allow 7.6 yards per play on third downs defensively, which is 30th in the NFL. And the Niners are giving up 6.1 yards per play on third downs, fourth worst in the league compared to last season when they gave up 5.1 yards per play, which was eighth best.
We have to be better on all three phases of football.
Savage fun facts, Bruce.
Yes, he is on it.
All right, last one. The Patriots defense has allowed a third down conversion percentage of 51.22, which is the fourth worst. And the 49ers defense has allowed a third down conversion percentage of 52.9, which is the third worst. So just let's just go out there and have some fun.
Let's go out there and have some fun. I would think if like Nick Bosa was sitting right here, he would say, um, "We need
Bruce, set
to
me up.
we need to get off the field on third down." Meh.
Yeah.
That's what he
Man.
would say. Meh, say. Yeah, no, we need to stay on the field, convert third downs, and our defense needs to get them off the field on third downs, so our offense can be out there more because we have a lot of explosive players.
Explosive players.
Explosive.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about Patriots?
Um, Not really. No.
Fantastic. Let's move on. All right. So last week you shared that your lovely wife was setting up a holiday bar, except this holiday was the Halloween bar. So how did setup go? I see that we're not revealing quite yet, but how'd
Oh
that
no,
go?
it's fully complete. The lights just aren't on. If you can kind of see, there are.
Literally can't see anything.
Yeah, that's a good thing. There are witch hats hanging from the ceiling. There are lights hanging
You can
from the
see it on our
ceiling like
social
Harry
media.
Potter. There's a million bats, skeletons, horror movie things. There's so much going on in here. And the next time I'll make sure all the lights are on so you guys can see it, kind of like the the Christmas bar. This is the spooky bar.
Hmm.
It's a spooky bar,
What's
and
the
it was
spookiest thing in it?
um. There's some like severed heads in here. I don't know where she got them. I think there's just like a guy that you can like call. But yeah, no,
Oh,
it's Very interesting. There's a lot of skeleton heads. I don't know where she dug those up from. She said they
Mm.
were very easy to find, but I had to get the back of her car detailed because it was covered in dirt and like grimy stuff. So it kind of
Wow.
smells funky in here, I guess. But yeah, it's an interesting time back here.
Smells a little bit like death,
Yep,
a little bit like opportunity.
a little bit like alcohol.
Does she have any special cocktails designed?
Not yet. No, the menu's not out yet.
Hmm,
But I think she might be timidly waiting for October to start
that's fair.
because it's September.
We only have a couple more days,
And then apparently November 1st, Christmas starts. So
naturally.
naturally.
Naturally. Teardown is exactly after. Okay, do you want to get into some Ask George questions? We have some more fun ones.
Yeah, I'd love to. Ask me.
Okay, yeah.
Ask
How do
me.
you feel? How do you feel about Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom?
Ooh, that's a great question. I saw a lot of pushback on this after it was announced because everyone's like, dude, he's Iron Man. You guys are going to bring him back for no reason, yada, yada, yada. The Marvel movies have not been doing great. A lot have crashed at the box office, like not good results. Fans aren't very
Like what one? What
happy.
was the last one that came out? There was like Madam Web.
That was horrible. I didn't
I never
watch it.
saw it.
I refused to
Okay, I
watch.
didn't either.
That looked horrible. I honestly am. I'm a huge Marvel DC fan. Like I love superhero movies. Huge fan of them, and it doesn't take a lot for me like to like them. Like
Yeah.
I just love superhero stuff, and so like when you put it on the big screen, like I'm gonna be excited regardless. Like I'm gonna have a great time, as long as you're not giving me like garbage. And there's been a handful of the like honestly, it's been like the last like 3 4 years have been really tough to be a Marvel fan. Like Loki, the TV show, I loved it. I'm a huge
Yeah.
fan of that. The TV shows have been okay. WandaVision was solid. I mean, we're looking at 3 years now. Moon Knight, I enjoyed that. Like and like there's some hard fans out there who are like, oh, this was terrible, that was terrible. I just haven't. The movies have been very lackluster in my opinion. It's been more CGI than anything. Deadpool 3 came out. I enjoyed it. Um, I thought it was solid. I enjoyed the Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds stuff. Like I really had a great time watching the movie. Is it like one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time? No, but it's a movie I'll watch again, and I was really happy it came out because it was definitely the best thing that they've come out with in several years. So
How did it compare? We haven't seen it yet, but how does it compare to the other two?
it's very different, but like the humor and the rated R-ness is all there. It's fun. The cameos are hilarious. It's a good blockbuster. But like the Doctor Doom now, Robert Downey Jr. I'm excited about it. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is fantastic. What I'm more interested in is how much money did they pay him to do this? Because he said he was done with everything,
Let's look it
and
up.
they brought him back to be Doctor Doom, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job of doing it. There's some like conspiracy about what the plot's going to be, and I try my best to not read any of those because I just want to see what it is. You don't have to look it up. Go to the next one. Run rapid fire, George questions, because I have a
Dinner.
dinner date. I have a dinner date
Wife.
with my wife, and I am already 5 minutes late.
Could you explain a little bit about the Pizza commercial, Little Caesars commercial?
A little behind the scenes action, sure. It was a great thing. I was able to do it in LA while I was doing the Netflix premiere of the Receiver show, so I was able to like to sandwich those back together, back to back, um, because I try to do all the shooting and commercials, marketing things. I try my best to get as many of them done as I can in like the month of March, and I just like
Hmm.
give like companies a week, and it's like you get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you guys can schedule it. And I do like 75% of the shoots at my house on my football field, and so like I'll just have like people come in and we'll just shoot and knock these
Rotate through.
commercials out somewhere between 4 to 8 hours. And I've had a great experience doing all these, especially at my house because I don't have to drive anywhere. And it's awesome because I do my workout. I'm busy from like 8 a.m. till noon, and then we shoot from 1 p.m. on. And it's awesome because it doesn't really mess with the rest of my day. It doesn't mess with my workouts and stuff like that. So Little Caesars one, I had to do it in LA. So sandwich it with the Netflix thing. And then it was cool. One of the coolest things was I think we shot at Universal, and like the houses and stuff that we were shooting them in it was the same set as Desperate Housewives, which was a show that I watched
Really?
with my mom and you back in the day. So that was kind of a cool experience, like just to walk around. Like like you drive in and there's just like these sets, like an old Western set of just
Yeah.
bars and houses and barns and stuff like that. And all of a sudden you're driving past a lake with a giant shark in, and that's like where they did some of the Jaws scenes. And the next thing I know, I'm just in like a neighborhood with a bunch of 3 bedroom houses, and it's just like what the. And you go into the houses, and some of the houses are like decently finished, and some of them are like literally just on the outside. And you open the door, and there's just nothing on the inside. It's just like plywood. So very interesting experience. But I thought that was really cool. We shot a couple different things that day, and I had a great time doing all 3 of them. I think we shot 3 different ones. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing the marketing commercial stuff, especially when there's like a fun plot, like the energy's good. Um, when there's like 2 directors that they're very engaging, very fun, bouncing ideas back and forth with each other. And like what's cool too is like this, the one with when I'm a dog. That one with the three meat treat from Little Caesars.
Three
Um,
meat treat.
the 3 meat treat. I know how funny, but like the final cut of that, some of that wasn't even on the original script, and they were just like shooting. Hey, say this, try this one out, and like it was kind of fun because we like went back, we had like a little banter back and forth, and we were able to do that. And so I really appreciate that. Like I had such a great time with the Little Caesars people too. Like it's really well done. I overall fantastic experience, but it was cool. Like I got to sit with my 3 brothers, air quotes, and talking about pizza and stuff like that. And it was like funny because like sometimes I'm just sitting on the chair for like 5 minutes as they were discussing stuff, and like us 3 are just talking about absolutely nothing. And so I was like, you guys are actually my brothers. Put all of our heads together, and the brain disappears. It's fantastic.
Mom said that at the Minnesota game, they were in a suite and Peter Picard was there,
He was tough,
and
man.
that somebody in the suite next to him was like, "Oh my God, are you one of the brothers in the commercial?"
That's tough. That's tough. That was pretty funny though. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed saying I'm a dog.
You were a great dog. You were
Thank
a
you.
great dog.
That was my line. That's not what I was supposed to say. So they
What
left
were you
that in
supposed
there.
to say?
Couldn't tell. I don't remember.
Fantastic. Okay. Next question is, what is your favorite wrestling promo and what makes you laugh every time you watch it? Watch it.
My favorite wrestling promo that I've ever seen. Um, Shoot, that's a good question. Uh, I just think the production of what WWE is doing right now is really good. Like every time I go to WrestleMania and like the production value of like the ramp up, like the videos of like what like
Yeah.
why these guys are feuding and stuff, they've done such a good job the last couple years of like the hype videos that are building them up. I think that's fantastic. I love Cody Rhodes on the mic. I think he does a really good job. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm a huge fan of Randy Orton and just his work. Like my favorite one of all time. I don't know. I think like one of the best promos is anything that you had when it was The Rock and Stone Cold or Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. I just think that was just diabolical humor. And one of the best ones is like when The Rock says like, "Shut up, bitch." And like that one makes me cry. That's one of the best ones. Anytime like The Rock this went like off script and was just on it, he was just so talented.
Yeah. Which makes
So
sense why you went into movies.
yep, he's
All
good
right.
at it.
Last question. How fast do you think you could pitch a baseball?
Yeah, I don't know, 70s.
Do you think you could do your whole windup with all your shoulders?
Yeah, I don't have labrums. Yeah, those don't exist. I lost those in high school. Shout out. Uh, One game took both my labrums out. What's funny though? So like I've had pain throwing a football since I was 17 years old.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, it hurts so bad. Like I can't throw a baseball. Could
Wait,
not.
like pre-injury, pre-labrum tears.
Like so, I hurt them when
You've
I was
always hurt.
17.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, hurt them when I was 17. So like I haven't been able like to throw. Like I couldn't throw a football farther than like 30 yards without excruciating pain for
Mm,
over 10 years. In the Super Bowl, I get an AC sprain and I chip a bone in my shoulder. And once that's recovered, I can now throw a football with no pain.
really?
Yeah, outrageous. It's like, like in like a comic book, a kid gets hit in the head and he has superpowers. I can
Yes.
now throw a football. And it's so fun because I just whip that thing at practice now.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty fun. So maybe I could throw a little bit faster, but I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay, great. Well, that was one of Cody's questions.
Thanks, Cody.
Surprise, surprise. And we'll get a mound set up at the football field and we'll see what can happen.
Cody can pay me to do that.
Okay, fantastic. All right, any final hidden pearls as we wrap up before you go to dinner with your wifey?
My hidden pearl is going to be my tight end room is my hidden pearl. I have a pretty new room in my tight end room. Um, Eric Sauber is new this year. Um, and then Mason Klein, our rookie's new this year. And then you have Braden, who was here last year, and Jake Tunges, who we got like week 3 of last year. And so I don't have Charlie Warner, I don't have Ross Dwelly, um, who are guys I played with for 4 years and 6 years. So like that is gone. But like the room that we're in, I've had a really good time being in this room. It's really fun. The guys are all focused, but they at the same time like match my fun energy. And I think Flurry does a great job of we're serious for like 97% of the meeting, and he gives us like 3 to 5 minutes in the beginning of one of the meetings to like just kind of like let it out and find people, talk shit to each other. Like it's a really good time. So I'm really enjoying my tight end room right now.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. My other hidden pearls that Cody's got to pitch tonight.
That was going to be mine too.
Up, stole it.
Okay, here's one. We've been undergoing a very long renovation at our house in California,
Yeah.
and today our backsplash went up in our kitchen. That felt like that was never going to happen, and that was like that about makes me want to cry.
Good.
About makes me want to cry. So just seeing the light at the end of the tunnel is pretty magical.
Good. That makes me
And
happy.
Cody's going to pitch, and I'm going to eat a whole container of caramel corn today. So it's going to be a great day.
You're incredible. You're incredible.
Okay. Well, have fun at dinner. We love you
will.
guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching Hidden Pearls. We have a whole new set of classes coming out in a couple days for December. It's all about your radiant body and full expression, but also how to maintain and elevate your energy. So there's a lot of different practices coming out. We know that the holidays can be a little bit draining. So as we
Yes.
move into that, making sure that we are really tuning into our digestive system, that we are strengthening
Ooh.
our body and really turning up our breathwork practice, because it can be really, really dry and then our lungs get a little bit stale and we can get really sick. And so just making sure that we are taking care of ourselves that way. So we have a bunch
That's
of
a good
classes
one.
coming out. I know. It's
There's
great.
another class coming out. Did you know about that? What I'm doing?
Which one, brother?
This is what we're doing. There's just times that you're going to get frustrated occasionally. There's going to be a lot of family around. Boundaries might be, overstepped. So I'm going to show a class on how to hit a blocking sled really hard. And then you guys are going to be able to use that to block your family members. It's going to be really fun. Or if you're grocery shopping or toy shopping, someone steals the toy right from underneath you, you're going to be able to use these 3 to 4 steps to really show them who you are. We'll get that up sooner than later.
You know what? When you're past this point of speaking, when you've taken at least one deep breath, this is how to set your feet, drop your hips, and drive your entire weight through their sternum.
Yes, and make sure you have a great inside hand. We'll get that video up soon.
And also some wrist care. So if you
Ooh,
tweak it a little bit, that you
yep,
can come back, finish the job, pummel them down.
exactly.
Coming out this summer.
Don't forget to smile.
All right. Thanks,
You guys.
guys. Love you,
Bye, Emma.
George.
Love you too.